We can start.
Yes.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Any volunteers who will chant the verse 1 to 7? Yes, Ramachandranji.
Harihi Om Tapobhikshina-papanam Shantanam Vitaraginam Mumukshunam-apekshoyam Atma Bodho Vidhiyate Bodhonya sadhanebhyo hi sakshat mokshaika sadhanam pakasya vanhi vajnanam vina moksho na siddhyati avirodhitaya karma navidyam vinivartayet vidya vidyam nihantyeva tejastimirasangavat परिच्छिन्न इवाज्ञानात् तन्नाशे सति केवलः स्वयं प्रकाशते ह्यात्मा मेघापाये अंशुमानिव अज्ञानकलुषं जीवं ज्ञानाभ्यासात् विनिर्मलं कृत्वा ज्ञानं स्वयं नश्येत् जलं कतकरेणुवत् संसार स्वप्नतुल्यो हि रागद्वेषादि संकुलः स्वकाले सत्यवद्भाति प्रबोधे सत्यसद्भवेत् तावत् सत्यं जगद्भाति शुक्तिकारचतं यथा यावन् ज्ञायते ब्रह्मा सर्वधिष्ठान मद्भयम्.
Thank you.
I think we were on this verse 7. One paragraph I think we have completed.
Yeah. I think we will read that. I think we only read the translation, if I'm right. Did we
Yes.
read this?
Okay, I think, shall we continue
We
with?
will continue with the first paragraph itself.
Okay.
You can read, Ramachandranji.
Okay. So once again, Tavat Satyam Jagat Bhati Shukti Karajatam Yatha Yavan Nyayate Brahma Sarvadhishtana Madvayam Tavat, so long as Satyam, real, Jagat, world, Bhati, appears, Shuktikarajatam, silver in the mother of pearl, Yata, like, Yavat, as long as, Na, not, Nyayate, is realized, Brahma, Brahman, Sarvadhishtanam, the substratum for all, our Advayam, one without a second. The world appears to be real so long as Brahman, the non dual substratum of the entire creation, is not realized. It is like the illusion of silver in the mother of pearl. Jagat is not to be understood only as the gross outer world, as we usually conceive it to be. It is the total experience of an individual in the three states of existence: the waking, dream, and deep sleep states, experienced through the different types of equipments: physical, mental, and intellectual. In short, Jagat includes the world of objects cognized for enjoyment as forms, tastes, and so on, through the sense organs as feelings and emotions experienced by the mind, and as ideas and ideologies lived by the intellect. The sum total of all experiences gained through gross, subtle, and causal bodies is Jagat.
ರಾಮಮನೆಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ರಾಮಾಂಜನೇಯರ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
Please continue. Yeah, we did read the first paragraph actually.
Yeah. Shall I continue with the second one?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. As long as one has not entered into the divine state of God consciousness through the realization of the one absolute truth, which is the substratum for all, Sarva Siddhisthana, and which
Sarva
pervades
Adhisthana.
Sarva Adhisthana, and which pervades all manifestations, so long does the Jagat appear to be very true and fully real. As long as we are in the dream state, we cannot believe that the dream we are experiencing is unreal. But when we wake up from the dream, we do not mourn for what we might have gained therein. Also, just as on waking up, all the variety experienced in the dream state vanishes to become one with the waking mind, so too, on our spiritual awakening, all the plurality of this multiple world and all our different experiences will merge into that one supreme essence, the substratum for everything.
So the substratum, we were looking at it last week. So now, like we took the example of a light in the room, and that light, in an empty space, we seem to be able to, if we say what is there, we will not even say it's light. We will say there's nothing in the room, pretty much, right? We will not even say that there is light in the room. But the moment we start putting objects in that room, we will say, now there is a table, there is a fan, there is a chair, right? But what we forget in this whole process is that there is something that is illumining this light, this fan. All these are jata, and it is getting illumined by that supreme being. So it is similar in our case within us. So the way in the previous paragraph, it's beautifully told, Jagat, we think Jagat is the world. But how are we experiencing the world? We are experiencing the world through our senses. So whatever we are experiencing through these senses is the Jagat, and the Jagat is not only the outer world, it is also our inner world. In our dream, we are not experiencing it through the gross senses that are there as part of my gross body, but I'm still seeing. The seeing is still happening even in my sleep, in my dream state. I hear sounds. I feel the fear. If it is a nightmare, I am seeing images. If I'm eating some food, I may even be tasting that food. I am experiencing everything, but not through these gross. So the senses are beyond my gross. It is not these eyes, these ears, this nose, this tongue. They are just, what would I say, the input organs. But otherwise, the sense organs are within, are beyond the, at least definitely the gross. We can say, because even in our dream world, we are able to experience these things, isn't it? So when it is beautifully told that the Jagat is our experience, which has again gone and gotten collected into our own memories. We were looking at the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and all of that, where it has gone deeper, and those memories are now playing in. Every day, we are like a sponge, we are taking so much from the world. It is just going in. Some comes and some goes and some stays. But everything is there. If we actually really pay attention, such minute details we will remember. It is all getting recorded into our memory. Every single thing is getting recorded into our memory. Some we pay specific attention to, some has just gone by, but somebody else says something, it can trigger that memory, which we have not paid attention to. Oh yeah, that was there, right? Yeah, I did notice. Now I am remembering. But in all of this, that Jagat, what happens is, once we forget the substratum. As long as if we don't have a realization of the substratum, we think, that is what it is saying, this Jagat, we think this Jagat real. The Jagat is as real as that oyster. In that oyster, there is silver. Is that silver in the oyster? No. It just because it is shining, it is not real. Right? So this is what, and here, I like this particular line. There, wait, hold on. All the plurality of this multiple world and all our different experiences will merge into the one supreme essence. How do we experience this plurality to be one supreme essence? So like we were looking at the objects. Now the objects are there. Like that, the thoughts are also objects, that emotions are also objects. Now let us think of the space. We are looking at the space outside in the room. Now think of the space within. And what is the light within? There is a space within. And what is that light? That light is the consciousness. Okay, we don't look at the consciousness. We are only thinking the moment, because we have not been introduced, say, for somebody who has not been introduced to the Supreme Consciousness, immediately as a ignorant person, we are ignorant of our real nature, which is the Supreme Self. So we say, okay, in the space, what is coming in? Like table and chair, we are saying, this thought is there, that thought is there, that thoughts. And I get caught with that thoughts. When I see that, I see only thoughts. I forget that thought is being illumined by the self. Isn't it? I forget the substratum. I look at the movie and I get so engrossed. The substratum of that movie is that screen. The picture is coming up on the screen. Like that, think about all the images, all the thing on the screen of the consciousness is happening. All the drama. of my life is happening on the screen. Now I keep seeing that screen, I get so involved in that. I start crying with when that person in the hero in that thing is crying, when that heroine is being chased, how bad that villain, you feel so such a hatred to that villain, and all those feelings are happening. And then you're crying and say from nearby, your child says, Amma, this is just a movie, Ma, why are you crying so much? Okay, tadak. That moment you are revealing, what is revealed to you, that there's a screen and the picture is only playing on that screen. Then somehow that crying goes away. It reduces. When you realize that it is only a movie, that person is not real. I have seen my grandmother and all, well, sometimes, they'll watch this movie. He should have done that to that. Why did he not? Full direction will be going on. So involved in the movie, as though it is really happening, and there'll be direction. I think today this is going to happen, that is going to happen and all. So like that is what we are doing with our lives also, aren't we? We are thinking all these thoughts, all these emotions that have come in are so real. We are getting so involved. This I should have done, then this would not have happened. Maybe I took a wrong decision at that point in time. That is why this has happened to me. Meaning, in the future, this is how this is happening. I will go and talk like this, or I have to say this. How can I not say? All this direction of my movie based on the objects, and it seems so real to me. Anything you want to share, Vindhya? She there? Okay. What are the movies that play on my mind?
All past school days, college days, marriage days, till yesterday, whatever we have done, whatever I could have done better, what would have been result, like oscillation of the clock.
But have we? Yes, Vindhya, if you have something, please.
And now after the classes, we start witnessing the thoughts, start witnessing the self-talk. So it has come down.
Yeah. Some point that waking up has to happen.
Yes.
We also looked at FIR, no? How soon we wake up, that rebound time.
Rebound time is very fast. If not realization or consciousness, rebound time has improved a lot.
Yeah. See, my true nature is happiness. My true nature is bliss. My true nature is compassion. When I'm away from it, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't want all of this. Let me just come back to my true nature. That's peaceful. That's nice. That's light. All of this makes it so heavy. I don't want to entertain.
Put
I
that
want to
kataka nut now, so it's easy. Kataka nut, it will be reminding us.
Yeah. But how easy is it really to wake up? To really realize the self? Are we able to get back to the self?
I mean, in my
I
case,
think
I'm able to
it
realize
is
what I'm
not
doing
easy
and has
unless
value.
you have put in a lot of practice, and then you must be able to understand a detached level of this thing. Actions must be in, that if you should do an action, but you should be uninvolved, and then you shouldn't be judgmental. I think slowly that will be one of the ways of understanding what is behind all these activities. See, to an extent, I think we cannot say that I did this, I did not do this. I mean, we cannot detach ourselves from that completely. Uh, to a large extent, the present is decided by whatever actions we have taken in the past. So those things were necessary, and it is there. But those were all happening, and then we shouldn't understand that that was the sole basis for my present state. You did an action that was also a design of the divine. So you did,
Ah.
and then that is the way. And once we attribute it to the divine divinity, then I think slowly we'll be able to get a detached this involvement, and then we'll be able to slowly give all the credit to the divine, and then we'll understand that behind the entire thing there is a divine activity. That screen is there, that is the substratum is driving the whole life force.
That is such a beautiful point where
Continuous Shravana and surrendering to the grand designs play, as you say in parenting class. That is also giving lot of strength. And first of all, I want to change. I want to be happy for myself first. Then I can radiate happiness to the others. All these points are giving lot of strength to change myself. And the way satsanga, your satsanga, mainly satsangas, they are giving day by day inputs and continuous satsanga, that is continuous Shravana, Manana. I have not yet reached Nididhyasana. At least the continuous entire week will be one or the other satsanga has given us lot of strength, understanding, input, and commitment to be in the path. And it is again play of great design, what is that, universe, which has brought us to the platform. Thank you for the COVID and Google Meet. Otherwise, we would have not met on this earth. Thank you.
But a very interesting point that Ramachandran ji just brought up. So now these objects that are there in the, we may look at these objects as, now the more we talk about it, why are these objects there? These objects are, how do I handle this now? The way our, why these thoughts are coming, we can get negative towards this. That comes in also sometimes. But if we divinize that, know that even that is being somewhere driven by the supreme, by the self, by the substratum, in the sense that now if there is a chair in the room, that chair is being illumined by the light, right? So when I see the chair also, I remember the light there. So this chair is there for some reason. It has come here. It is being illuminated at this point in time. When I divinize that, so basically I have to be in touch with the substratum. If I'm not able to get rid of the thoughts, which is very difficult sometimes, I'm caught with it, but I say, okay, this thought also has come for this reason. Some reason it is being illumined by it is being driven by the substratum only, which is the self. This thought has also is being illumined. So then what is happening now, that table is not just a table, it is a sentient being which has borrowed its consciousness from the supreme consciousness now. So it also has that essence of consciousness in it now, that object. Which is, so now even divinize that. That is what we do when we say namaste. I do namaste to you because you are also divinized. You are a divine being at the substratum. Like that, every thought is divine. Every emotion is a play of that divine. That is another way, right? We can say, okay, this thought can. So then I can see whatever brings me back to peace and helps me settle down. Otherwise, I will go into why is this happening? Why am I thinking like this again and again? Why is my this thing? We get into that kind of, okay, this is divinized. This has come for some reason. If it rests my heart, fine. Yes, Divya.
Yeah, I mean, as Bhargavi ji was saying.
Can you be louder?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, now.
Yeah. So as Bhargavi ji was saying, the rebound time is very less. At least for me also the rebound time, and I also am very grateful for the satsangas. But today I'm in my hometown at my mother's house. I just like to just mention a little incident. I had gone to see one uncle. He's elderly. He's in his late 70s. So he has been a little unwell, unhealthy. So and now he's better. He's just started walking and all. So he just came out. And today, I don't know if you're, ma'am, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So today in the news, there is one Malayalam famous Malayalam writer M.T. Vasudevan Nair. So he expired. So he knew him personally, and so he was just telling me how he died. And no, he was just telling me it's good that he died. I want him to die. He was 91 years of age. MT, sir. So this uncle was telling me all that, and they said, see, after the age of 75, everybody should die. The body doesn't listen to you, this and that. So I just, I mean, I was just listening to him. Old people, they just need to somebody to listen. So I was listening, and then I said, yeah. And but then I said, but then जब तक बुलावा नहीं आएगा नहीं जा सकते ना. I said that. So he said, then seemed a little bitter. He was saying, kya bulawa? I mean, it's all, and the body becomes unwell and unhealthy, and you're dependent on others. So I could sense it a bit. So you just, he said that I want to invite death. Means it's like, I will manifest it. That's what he was saying. So I said, for that also you need some sort of grace. Na? Then he said, what grace? I mean, he has become bitter. It comes probably with old age and ill health and all that. But I was surprised at the reasoning which I was giving. Previously, some 10 years back, I would not have been so sure of grace and all that. It is this magic of satsangas only which has changed my belief system, I feel. And I can see it. I'm so grateful to God for that and all of you people.
It does bring shifts within us, right? Yes, Vindhya.
I lost in between few minutes somewhere some audio was playing, then I had to go out and come. I don't know whether it will make a good share now at this point of time, but I was just going through whatever you all were sharing. This Jagat, when we talk about it, and the super consciousness that we are talking, one thing what we need to notice here is that the experience, whether we are going through this so-called world, Jagat, in our wakeful state or in our dream state, the experiences, the objects that we seem to be experiencing and the experiencer will remain the same throughout. So whether it is a wakeful state, dream state, or deep state, sleep state. For example, let's take a simple example. Like in wakeful state right now, after the session, maybe I might go and reach out to a piece of chocolate or something that I would relish. So now what happens is this chocolate, piece of chocolate, is the object of experience. So-called I, with this body, mind, intellect, everything, is the one who is experiencing. Let's take it at the simple state. And that what I'm relishing, the taste of it and all, which is abstract, but we know that it's going to taste in this sweet form or with some nuts. This is the experience that is there here. If in my dream state, if I have a dream of experiencing the same piece of chocolate, the look of the chocolate will remain the same, the object. Again, 99.9%, the experiencer, we imagine it to be ourself only in the same form. I can't imagine I'm experiencing the chocolate in form of Divya. She is going and experiencing. I can't call it like that visual as I'm experiencing the chocolate. I will still say, even in my dream state, that Divya is experiencing that chocolate. So that is the identification I have. And the taste, whatever given to my experience, will not become that the chocolate was bitter or it was spicy. We will still, without even experiencing, we'll have that sweetness. We can recollect. Once we wake up, the experience that we had in the wakeful state and this dream state is the same. And in the deep state also, there is one this force or the energy which is going through the deep state also. Because when I wake up, I come back and say that I had a very good sleep. Then who is this person who is having the deep sleep state? So the experience, whether in the wakeful state or the dream state or this thing, three, that avasthatraya, what we call, that all is going through again under the witnessing capacity of the witness, that is super consciousness. This super conscious is not what Aarti is defining as light. So now what we need to understand is, with our experiencing and then this consciousness with certain identification, is not very easy to come out of the experience so easily. Given to whatever thing, I will still identify myself at the last as a human being at least. Given to my, like, whatever janmas I would have taken. And this, like, sometime back, you all were discussing that the memories that the thing has gone in, like the chair seems to be a chair only. Even in my deepest memory, it will not become a table, whatever, whether I go into a dream state or anything. See, given to that, what happens is the language might change in the coming births or cycles of birth, but the utility value or certain things, experience that is there, that will still remain. So as long as we recognize ourselves that we are the consciousness, the witness that is experiencing all this sweet, bitter, chocolate, or the dream state, the wakeful state, everything, and being in touch with that reality that I am the consciousness, not going through the pain but seeing the pain. I am the consciousness, I am seeing the joy. I am the consciousness, I am seeing this session. I am not holding, conducting, or experiencing this session. There is a change in our perception. When we move, this perception is where, when we move one step closer to being in touch with that reality all the time. Right now, I think our effort should be at realizing this state rather than, like, we all think that, okay, these three states, I am the consciousness, but how do we implement or get it into our day-to-day life? That day-to-day life experience is when we start seeing all this way, that the experience is there, this thing. I can't in any given this thing, I can't say this book will become a chair in my next perception or the janma, because it will remain the same. I might call it, given to my birth again, wherever I'm born, I might call it in a different language. The words might change, but my memory with all this will still be strong. Only way to disconnect from this source of memory or anything, or be only that non-attachment state, is that I realize every minute that I am the super consciousness going through all this. I am the super consciousness going through the three states. I am the super consciousness who has this five koshas, the states of being, the pancha pranas that is working. So I am only using the pancha koshas, pancha pranas, and the avasthas only to sail through this sea or the ocean of so-called life. And then I get into another a journey of sailing through. Again, I use the same instruments and I go ahead and see whatever is coming my way. So only thing is, lighting a lamp, like Aarti was saying, is only being in touch with our reality, the consciousness. That's the only thing. Later, whatever it is projecting, like the light is falling on the chair, revealing it as chair, or the chocolate and revealing it as chocolate, it is only under that light we are seeing it. That is, we are in touch with the reality and assume that that consciousness is only seeing all these things. Only that is the only way we can dilute our samskaras and just be in touch with the reality and move towards so-called moksha.
So that light which is enlightening the objects, the source, that now that there is, now in that object, the table also has light now. It is in the light rather. The table is a superimposition on the light. Where there was only light, now the table has become a superimposition on that light. Where there was only light, now there is a chair which has been superimposed on that light. So that doesn't mean the light is gone. Now the chair is superimposed on the light, but the light is also there.
It's only because of light we can see the chair.
Only because of the light we are able to see that object at all. So even in that, so it doesn't mean it goes away anywhere, right? It is there. So that is why, okay, this is also, in that thought also there is, the divinity is there. But the source of that divinity is beyond. That is in that lamp which has been lit. The source is beyond, but in everything there is light. That is why they say in the consciousness, in the tree there is consciousness. I mean, everything is enlightened only by that being, like that light, that supreme being, isn't it? So it is there. It has not been removed. It is there. The source is beyond it. Source is beyond all these objects. And that is what we saw. The source is beyond all the objects. The source is within the object. So that is what is Purna. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Now, this is complete. The lamp is complete by itself. It doesn't need anything else to reveal it. The light in the lamp reveals everything, and it reveals itself also. It doesn't need anything else to reveal it. It is revealing itself and everything. Now, in that everything, it reveals whatever are the parts are also being revealed. You remove the parts, like the table and the chair, this will still continue to exist. The light continued to exist when the parts were there. The light continues to exist when the parts are not there. And it is the same. It is revealing itself, and it is complete in itself, Purnam. So that self is never untouched. So the part here is, whenever I am using words, important thing is this superimposed, because of the superimposition, I am telling, I am the thought, I am the table, I am the chair. Like that, I am saying, I am the thought, I am the emotion. But in reality, does the chair actually leave a stain in the light? Does the chair become the light? I'm trying to correlate the light with the consciousness. I hope you are able to get this. So when I say I am the fear, I am afraid, I am associating with that fear, and I am saying I am the fear, but in reality, this I never gets stained by that fear. So how can I be the fear? How is it that I am afraid comes in? It is that
The
wrong
mind is
association,
feeling
which is why I am
fearful.
saying I am afraid, or I am happy, or I am joyful. Yes, Divya, sorry.
Ma'am, we can say my mind is feeling fearful, or my mind is experiencing fear. Then
There
we dissociate with the mind.
is a fear there is a fear in the mind.
That is also.
Or there is an emotion of fear right now.
And
Which is
whatever
being
happens to the body also, we should say, like, my hand is, my body is hurt, or you should say,
there is some pain in my hand. Right? I am in pain is like saying, so that is something that is very clearly, I am never stained, I am never touched by this. The screen, no matter how much movie plays on the substratum, it does not leave a mark on the substratum, on the screen. The screen is blemishless, no matter what movie is playing on it. So the self is blemishless, no matter what movies are playing here within, in this Jagat within. So to be consciousness, so to be conscious. When I say I am afraid, which eye am I talking about? Oh, it's a small eye. The big eye is never afraid. The big eye is blemishless. It's ever free, it's ever liberated. So that is the unreal it is talking about here in this. It is saying that in colloquial terms, we say that, no? I like these things, Baba. Okay. If you can avoid the word I think it will help us. So, just for we need some sadhana, right? Or when I say I, just to remember which I. We were talking in the Bhagavatam class also. It is the source of everything is that I-ness. Whatever Vindhya was telling just now, in one sense, when there is a separation, there is an object, chocolate I'm eating, that is an experience. There is an experiencer. But the ultimate experiencer, the mind also experiences. It seems like the mind is experiencing things, right? But who knows that the mind is experiencing? Who knows that the mind knows? So that
Even
is
if
the
you
ultimate
take out,
experience. There is no action of experiencing at all. Now, light is the light giving the light? Is it shining? Is it making, doing? Is there a verb there? No. It just is there, like the sun is shining and everything is seen. Everything is just happening. The thought is also just happening. The emotion is also just happening. So we conduct, we go, flow.
it's like if you take light, like Aarti is saying, it's a sheet of paper, big sheet of paper. And this, whatever the experience or the fear, what we are calling, it's like, we are taking one piece of it. Okay, but the thing is that paper is also the same as this. So it can never be away from the consciousness. We can't say it is a part of the consciousness, but it is the consciousness. So even if it is a tiny bit of paper, it is still that consciousness only, because it has all the constitution of what should be there in that paper. For example, the best layman example that we can give is like, a pot of water or milk. The minute you take out a scoop of water or milk from that complete thing, it doesn't become part of the milk or part of that water. It is water. It is water in little quantity or it is water in large quantity. Nothing changes. Similar is the thing with our experience or our role or whatever that we are taking. It's just like if I have to say now, we are like 6 people here, it is like 6 scoops of water. It can't be different from the main consciousness that is there. It is only that it's all the same that is there. And the projection of the experience, the object of experience, and then the experiencer, all these three is also part of that scoop of water or the main water. It will never change. It's only whether I'm taking it in a scoop, whether I'm taking it in a saucer or cup. The mold is changing. The mold is changing the way that I look different from you, Ramchandran ji or Aarti ji, Divya, everyone. So that mold might change, but nothing else changes. This mold, what changes, brings about different emotions like fear, joy, or anything that we carry. And that mold is actually based on again the the samskaras, everything that we are collecting. Why is that somebody is so free in the water and somebody is so scared of water? Why is that someone is scared of heights but someone enjoys the ride in the giant wheel? It's all like, that mold. But internally, the water that we put, the consciousness, that will not change. It's only the mold that is changing. Similarly, that mold, the way it is just that way the experiencer experience and the object of experience, the perception changes because of the samskaras that we carry. That is the reason for the change in the mold. But the internal thing, what is there, the water, the milk, or anything will not change, can never change. That is what will be the witness to this mold or taking that thing. But if I am able to understand that me as water has been put in this saucer or have been put in this cup or in this scoop, it's easy for me to understand that that scoop is not my permanent home, but I am the water. I am the water, and that is my reality. And I will stay a water. You put me wherever I am. Now, what happens is we are not attached to the scoop, nor the saucer, nor the cup. We know once the scoop is broken, I am still the water. I flow more freely because till now I was in that mold of cup, the saucer, or the scoop. Now, when that breaks, the fluidity is more.
Yeah.
That's why this experience or this realization will be more enriching for us to understand the process of death also. Because death is not painful and constricting, it is expansive and we become more fluidic. We become one with that super consciousness. This way, when I identify myself with water, the identification with the mold goes off. The fear that I see also, I see because of the mold. It's not because of the water that I am. So I know that I am seeing the fear. Okay, I'm afraid of dark. There is nothing I would want to change it right away. And right away, I'm trying to change it is like beating my hands and legs like that. But what brings me courage is that I, in this mold, am afraid of dark. But the pure water, what is there, that I am, is not afraid of the dark. The only thing that sets me free is this realization that at least helps me to take 2 steps in the dark and run back. Maybe, okay, that also I am seeing as water only now. That I am fearful of this. Before even saying that, I say that I am the water. But this mold, what is there, that is making me like, wider at the top, constricted at the bottom. All this I see without owning that cup as mine or anything. And so this will liberate me when the cup breaks because I'm not attached to it. So I become more fluidic, more expansive. This will help. That is why the breaking or shattering of this panchakoshas is only a way to overcome all the fears, everything. So this cycle goes off. I do not carry the fear myself. When that comes in, maybe we can put 5, 6 steps in dark with that courage. That is shattering of the samskaras, or that is the shattering of the attachment that I hold to the mold, realizing it. That is how I move from one mold to the another. And the more that I become very focused that the truth that I am the water, not the mold, with the experience, with the consistent thing over the birth cycles, we move on the path. We move steadily and consistently on the path.
Two things were coming to my mind beautifully. Yeah. So one is something I heard from Sarvapriyanandaji, that the truth is now, if initially when a child is called by name, it doesn't respond. It doesn't associate itself with that name, right? Then you keep calling and looking at it, and then it starts associating itself with the name. And then now, do you even have any doubt? Do you even have to be asked or told that you are Divya, you are Ramachandranji, you are Vindhya? Any reminder? Do I have to say, hey, no, hey, I am Marti, I am. Do I have to even say it? No, I just know it. I just know, right? Like that, right now we are on the other process of, so, but it is not, I am that. That's all. It's just that our journey is to the total acceptance that we are that self. And that self. Without any doubt, I don't need reminder. Initially, I do need that association constantly. But then it is that is the thing. It's like, like when Shankaracharya was going and the Chandala just came by. And and those days it was like that. So all the students, his shishyas around, hey, the Chandala says, do you want my body to move? Okay, I think my internet got frozen, no, for a while. Okay, so that Chandala comes and all the Shishya says, hey, move. you're a Chandala mover. He says, what do you want to move? Do you want this body to move or this Atman to move? Say when that comes, so there's no feeling, look how they are treating me. There is absolute clarity that I am the Atman. What do you want to move? Do you want this body to move or the Atman to move? Because if you want the Atman to move, that is what you are teaching. Oh Shankara, you are saying it is the Atman everywhere. Atman is there everywhere. So where then, in that case, where will I move this Atman? Or do you want this body to move? It hit Shankaracharya very, very strongly because there is conditioning in everybody. According to the world they get it, and there is something needed to break out of it, right? So that is so much that they say is, of course, Lord Shiva himself who came, but even if we say, just generally say, okay, I mean, there's so much clarity there that I am the self. No unnecessary feeling, no sense of abuse, no sense of victimization, no sense of anything, right? She says, I have absolute clarity. Okay, now should I the Atman move or should the body move? So I know I am associated directly. No reminder, nothing is needed. I just know what I am. Our journey is to that. So our journey here is not to remove, is not to handle the Jagat. It is to realize the self. The Jagat is a hindrance in the way of realizing the self. And hence, we are dealing with, or the Jagat is an illusion for me. And hence, I want to move out of that illusion to be with the reality. The aim is not to, it's not a psychology thing. That is an initial process. If you look at Atma Bodha and all of this, it is to know and abide. Like I am able to tell, I don't need any reminder that I am Aarti when I am called as Aarti. Like that, I don't need any reminder that I am Atma. I reach that state. Then I am the self. So one about the unreal thing, I was just remembering something that happened a couple of days back. I haven't taken the permission, but I'm hoping it's okay. Okay, so my daughter, the past 2 months have been very, very busy. And she wants to be everywhere. Okay, no compromise. She will tire herself out so much. So when my father passed away, she didn't want to miss the Dharmodaka. She didn't want to miss the first day. She didn't want to miss coming to Srirangapatnam. And in all this college is also going on. Okay, in all this college is going on, she doesn't want to miss the 13th day, not any one of the days. She has to be there, and she's living in a PG right now. Okay, and for her, it takes 2 hours to come and go. And all of this. So she has to come here. In the meanwhile, when she has come here, there are some fests happening in college also. Okay, now that also we want to go. Amma, this will be open. When will this be over? When will the lunch be over? After the lunch, can I travel 2 hours and go and be in that fest? Okay, this is the level of, this is my last year. I want to experience everything. I want to experience everything. This is it. And then marriage came. Continuously we've been having, okay, there's a very close relative marriage, nephew's marriage. So that also coming and going in that fest. Can I go to this fest, all that, so much running around. Her holidays came, morning she went for a run, afternoon she went for some fest in some MS Ramaya. There was a treasure hunt, 5 hours, 6 hours in that. So tired. And still wants to now holidays. I want to experience more and more things. I grounded her for 2 days. I said, you are not stepping out of the house for 2 days, no matter what happens. Very angry. I am missing this. I am missing that. I am missing this. I am missing that. What I'm always studying. I'm only doing these things and you are grounding me. I'm always, I am missing this. I said, okay, you're saying you're missing fun. You're missing fun. Yeah. So what was that then when you attended the marriages? Are you saying that was not fun? Suddenly, she woke up. We are so focused on what we are not able to, what we are not doing. So and I'm like, I am not, and so much delusion in that whole process. Yeah. I all the time I'm only studying. Where am I having fun? What am I doing? I'm only doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing. And now 2 days in my holidays, you're going to waste by grounding me. I cannot have fun. I'm always studying this and that. And then when I asked this, so what was all of that? Was that fun or was that not fun? That was a wake up. Then she was like, yeah, in that white sheet, we look at that black dot and say, I don't have that, I don't have that. But there was so much white sheet around, no? So we are caught. That is the unreal. We are dhyayato vishyan punsa. What I don't get, we are so focused on that. Somehow the tendency is to focus on the negative. See, the first part was completely disjoint from this, but the two things came to me. And this seemed relevant for this particular verse, which says, the unreal, all these thoughts of what I didn't have, I didn't get, this didn't happen, I was not able to have fun, was all a delusion. It was not real. Because I am focusing on the object and I am thinking the fun is again I'm thinking all the fun is in those objects, in doing those things. Whereas the happiness is within me. When I am doing that object, it is like that light shining on that object and giving me that sense of bliss. But I think the happiness is in that object rather than knowing that the source of the bliss is within. When I eat my food, when I'm very, very hungry, I think the food has satisfied. But what has happened is that food and the hunger coming together has given me the bliss, which is my real nature. The disturbance moved away and I got in touch with the real nature. That's all. Okay. So I think anything else? Anybody feels anybody is connecting?
Yes, ma'am.
FOMO, no? Fear of missing out. Yes, Jayamalaji.
Yes, ma'am. This in the talk today, we came across the strong identification with the body and mind. There is a culture, not in India, but somewhere in Europe, I think. There, the people, the way they talk is, they say, fever is visiting me. Arthritis is visiting me. Joy is visiting me. Sorrow is visiting me. Or joy is upon me. They talk in that manner, it seems.
Joy is upon me. It's a super
Upon me. Yes, visiting me. So
Visiting.
we know that visitors, they will come, they will stay for a few days and they will go away. So this I found it very revealing and very helpful. Instead of saying I have fever, I have arthritis, it is such a strong
We should
identification.
seriously start changing our language.
Language, the self-talk that we do day in and day out. Instead of saying that, okay, joy is upon me, joy is visiting me. Okay, joy is visiting me. Fine, I will enjoy it, and then it will go. I'm ready for that. And sorrow, depression. Okay, they are visitors. Fine, they will come and they will go. Nothing to be so much, so much attached to it, or so I found that very helpful to me personally. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, no, this is a wonderful share, Jayamalaji. It's a beautiful share. It's something very consciously we can. So then we are clearly saying, I am untouched by it. It is just a visitor which comes and goes. My home is safe. My home is where it is. Very consciously we move into that language of so then there is no doubt in my mind, or there is no doubt in my kaya vacha manasa, in my mind, in my words, in my actions. Thank
Ma'am,
you.
I wanted to ask something. See, ideally, and that's not the word. what we think, what comes out of the form of action and what we say should be in line, no, ma'am? That is manasa vacha karmana. Kaya vacha, sorry, I didn't get that.
Kaya vacha manasa.
Kaya vacha manasa. So right now, if that is not happening, can we go reverse? Like first we say and then.
Yeah. See, even if you don't believe it, you start just saying it.
Yeah, it's like fake it till you make it. It's something like
So,
that.
see, somewhere the knowledge is there. It is just that we have been conditioned to talk in a certain way.
Yeah, correct.
So what we do while trying to change the kaya or a vacha, only if we are aware we can change it. Isn't it? So then the awareness is going to shine on that and we are going to change it.
Yeah, yeah.
We are only trying to reprogram our conditioning here.
Yes.
So that for that reprogramming of that conditioning also, we need the help of awareness. We need the help of the divine. Only if that awareness is shown, can I change it at that point in time when I can talk, right? So awareness, so that is why the surrender to the awareness is very essential. Because that awareness has to shine and say, okay, this is not the way we have decided, we will change it this way. So whether because at that time the divine will shine. Has to shine, only then we will be able to do it. So we can. That is not apart from the divine. That is also, in a way, being aided by the divine, which is the awareness. Okay. We'll close the session. Good, Vindhya. Please keep coming every week. Lots of discussions. We'll close the session.
I think Jayamala sister has given a beautiful point today that I think it's a very huge eye opener that if you adopt that kind of an attitude that happiness or sorrow is visiting me rather than I'm experiencing this, I think life will be a lot better. It's a beautiful information that you have given, really.
Something that we can practice. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bad bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just one thought that came to my mind. With whatever Jayamala just says, the way if we start love, there's no change in the way we conduct ourselves in the world. There's nothing. We are doing everything just the same way we are doing. It is just that we are able to identify the visitors and that which that is, and the home, the permanent, and speak with that clarity. Nothing else is changing in our actions or and not necessarily, but there is absolute clarity in which is the home and which is who is the visitor. Thank you so much, Jayamalaji, for that beautiful insight.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. You put it very nicely at the end. Thank you so much.
We'll meet again next week.
Thank you, Aarti ji.
Thank you.
What a nice
Happy New Year
section.
to all, ma'am. We'll be visiting
Beautiful.
next year. Meeting again next year only, not visiting. Meeting again.
Yeah. Now we will visit next year.
Happy New Year, advance.
To everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
All the best.
Hari Om.